What's up guys, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. We have a Naruto one today. Complicated Naruto one, but it's Naruto and Minato doing a Rasengan together. Father and son Rasengan, kind of like father and son Kamehameha in Dragon Ball. So let's go, landscape page, pencil eraser. Hit pause if we go too fast because this is pretty complicated. So, pencil, sketch it out, hit pause, try have fun. Take your time, right? So Naruto this side, Minato this side. We're gonna start with Naruto over here. We're gonna start with his headband just to get, because head tilt for both of them, right? So tilted head, tilted head. So we're just going to go with the headband line just to get everything in the right place, just to start us off, right? Normally start with the eyes, but just for this, just so we get the tilt, right? So I'm going to start here. So about center line, right? Center point here. We're just going to come over along that center halfway line on my page, just over here. And then we will curve a line. Ooh. Sharpie's dry. There we go. Curve a line. Sound effects are optional. So you just curve a line like that, right? This is the bottom of his headband, right? You might as well add the sides while we're here. Up like so. And maybe over here too. And it'll come in a little bit, just that way. So we'll come back up and do the metal plate in a few minutes, but that's just to get us started, right? His sideburns will come down from the corners, right? So just little spikes of hair coming down here, okay? Like two sort of sharp teeth. And then his eyes are going to be underneath, right? So just in here, right, we'll have one that goes around like so. And then it'll spike down this way. And you can thicken up a little bit. Just making the top eyelid line a little bit darker than a standard line, just to help it stand out a little bit. And then his bottom eyelid just comes across here up to there, okay? His iris inside, just a circle touching that top eyelid line just here. And then his eye, so he's got the Kurama line eyes like that. His eyebrow goes up into his headband from here, so it'll go just like here, and it'll kind of like go back across his eyelid over there. So he's frowning quite heavily. And then the other bit will just, that would be the yellow part that you can color yellow. You can add an eyelid line if you'd like, it's optional. Maybe something coming down here. May thicken this a little bit. Like so. So we go over and do same on the other side, right? So we'll do this sort of curved line just coming around here. And it spikes down like that. You can thicken it up a little bit if you want. And then his bottom eyelid comes across and up. Iris, again, just a circle here, coming down from his eyelid. And then that Kurama pointy eye, kind of like a cat's eye, just there. Then his eyebrow again, here goes up past his top eyelid, up underneath the headband, and the other side where we can color in. So he's frowning kind of heavily, so there might be some wrinkle lines in there. And then you can add a bit of an eyelid line coming over the eye and down there. And maybe some frown lines or something here. Just at his nose. So his nostrils just down here then. So his mouth is open quite wide, right? So we've got, say, the side of it here, just beside the nostrils down, right? And then the top comes across. So, and then goes down. And it goes behind, so his collar comes out from behind his head, right? So it covers a bit of his mouth in this picture. So we'll just draw that in, right? So it's like this triangle just sitting inside his mouth like that. And this will go behind his head. Up there, right? And this will go down all the way off my page, right? So big collar coming across his face, right? And then we can finish the mouth. Goes across like that, see? And then we can see some top teeth just here. And then his tongue and bottom teeth. Like so. So his chin, just here. And then the side of his face will go up to that sideburn. So he just curves around. Like so. Can't really see anything on this side. Maybe like a little bit where it joins his ear, so sort of here. And speaking of ears, so we have one ear up here, curves around, down to there, the other ear on this side, into there. And then ear lines inside, so easiest way to begin is like a letter J, just sort of like this. But if you want more detail, it can be added. Kind of like this sort of stuff. You can do as much of this now as you want. And then on the other one, like a letter J sort of goes around like that, and then you'll add some extra detail if you wanted to. And then he has those black lines on his face, right? So we can see them kind of go off his face on this side, and there's three, 1, 2, 3 there. And you could just see 1, 2, no, just 2 on that side. And then this one goes off his face, curving around his cheek that way. And then this goes back to here. You can see the end of that one. And then these go underneath there. Maybe a line just for the top of his nose there. Right, so back up to his headband now. We'll finish this metal plate. So we just have these two curved lines on the side. And we join those together with curved lines. So they go around like this. And then around the top. Could be a line on top just to make it look a little bit like, 3D sort of thing. And then the spiral on the inside. So you just go around, do a spiral, give it a tail, and then a beak. If you wanted, you could do that with the double line, to make it look like it's scratched inside, or that's the easier way. And then we go oats, these circles on the headband. Could have like some headband lines there. And his hair, so real spiky Naruto kind of hair. It's a little different to his normal hair because he has these sort of horns, like it's like as if Kurama's hair is like coming through his hair. Kuruma's like ears and stuff. I think that's the idea anyway. Could be way wrong. Just spiking. Goes down into his headband. And then the rest of that collar just go around the back of his head and then come out the other side about here. Kind of spike up this way, down. Like so. He has headband lines, right? And they're kind of these sort of energy, and you could do this any old way you want, really. I'm just going to go off my page with it because they're really long. It goes like off that way. It's like flame or something. Another one comes out here. Just bring it back into there. Right, we'll try finish his body, what we can see of it, and then we'll do his hand. And the Rasengan's here, so we'll have to draw that just to get the hand in the right place. So let's say the rest of this cloak, right, kind of goes around this way. Like that. And then his arm here, it's a real flowing sort of line because it's a big sleeve on his cloak, right? So like that. And you could have like a full line just going that way, just around his arm. And then the rest of the cloak goes out behind here, behind his head, this way. Does it go off my page? I think so. I think it'll go like off that way. And then some like ripped and torn pieces or something. Like here. Go around that way. And then we might have to have another line. So if that's the black line beside his head, another line just here. Right, so then we'll move down here and just finish some of the details down this end. So we've got his body coming across here, like his chest. He's launching forward. And we can see like his leg here. And it goes back up into his midsection just there. And then his other leg goes down this way. And the back of his cloak and sort of head here. And then his shoulder down there. The rest of his arm goes like that way. So there's all details inside here, right? So we've got coming down the center of his body, a yellow line. And then we have those symbols. So it's like a number 9. Kind of like that. And they have circles inside. You do 3 of these coming across. They go around in a ring, but we can only see 3. And then lines on his collar. What is that? So that comes down here, and then it goes there. Another full line here. And this goes that way, down like so. Nice. Could be another sort of full line here. And then he has a big circle on his shoulder, kind of like a bullseye sort of thing. So it goes around like that. Around like that, and then something on the inside. And then another line around that line. And some more sort of fold lines. And then we have those symbols here. Again, circle in the middle. And details on his leg. So there's like a black line that runs down the center of his leg. maybe some like fold lines here, and then like a black line there. So this is black, and then there's a black line on the edge of his cloak as well. That's all black in there, black in here, and then like a black line goes around the edge of his cloak this way, I think. And then you might have like some fold lines just to show that this is cloak, sort of there. I think he has another black line just on the edge of his cloak sleeve up here. Right, so Rasengan is in here. Like if you have something circular that was big enough, that's not big enough, but if you did, you could like trace around if you did stencil. If not, you could try and wing it like me. So we just sort of start going around, sketch it out, try to get a circle as best you can. Right, sort of like that. I don't have anything that's the right size. That's a bit too big. No. Right, let's just go. No. Right, kind of like that, not bad. Circular enough for me anyway. So inside then, you got to do sort of Rasengan spirals, right? So you got to do all these. Curved lines going around the center point, right? So So you're trying to kind of, you know, it's like atoms in a, if you've seen any images of like electrons going around a nucleus of an atom, it's kind of like that. Right, kind of thing. Do as much of that as you want, and then, you know, around it, you know, some wind or something, just going around. And then we can add Naruto's sort of hand just here, right? So comes out from his cloak, just up there, thumb curves up, and then his thumb kind of goes around there, and then his hand bumps around here, and go back into his wrist. So like his wrist is like here, right? So, and then he does have a black circle on the palm of his hand there, and then you just have some fingers that are like kind of stumpy looking because they go like they're going away from us, so they just go from back from behind his hand, kind of there. behind. That way, and then another one. There. Then it comes there. There's the little finger. Back into his hand here. Kind of like that. Right, we'll go over and do Minato. That's pretty much Naruto. So over here, his hand goes in behind this, right? So his headband, well, yeah, we'll do his headband first again. So again, kind of in line, and we've got this opposite angle of a head tilt. Same sort of thing. Right, so Naruto's goes that way. Minato's that way, and then the side of his headband goes up here, and we might as well finish it out, bring it across, there. And he has sideburns like his son, so one there, and his head seems to be a bit more turned, so this one's like skinnier. Big fang, small fang. And then his eyes. So same, not Naruto has like wider eyes. Minato seems to have slender sort of eyes, right? So it goes across like this. And then it'll go back there. You can thicken it up if you want. And then we bring the bottom across to here. So you can see now the different sort of eye shape. Just a little bit skinnier. And then inside we have his iris circle, sort of with the top and bottom cut off, and then his pupil just there. His eyebrow then, similar to Naruto, so you go, cuts across like that. They're kind of skinnier, they seem to be pointier sort of eyebrows. And then his eyelid line here, just comes down in there somewhere. And then we go over and do the other eye. So similar, so it goes up and over, down, and then across. Iris just here in the corner, and his pupil just in the middle. We'll try and make them even sort of size. Do the eyebrow as well. Frowning up underneath the headband, and add a pointy section, and then an eyelid line just going that way, down there, and maybe some like frowning lines just here as well. So then he has some like lines around his eyes here. And maybe like the starts of his nose kind of going that way. His nostrils just here. And his mouth is flat, not open. So it just goes across. Like this. And bottom lip line underneath. And then his chin just around here. So you'll see now the distance between, like, say, his eyes and his nose is quite big. In Naruto, it's not as pronounced. Like, say headband to his nose is about the same as nose to chin on Naruto. But here, it's bigger, right? His head is like coming forward a bit more. But then this goes up for the side of the face towards the sideburns. And then this side will go up this way. So we've got a bit of a 3/4 sort of turn on his face there. Right, and then he's got some cracks because he's in his resurrected form. Kind of goes over his nose. Like so. And his ears then, so we can see one ear here, one ear here, and lines inside. Right, and then metal on the headband, we'll finish that. Just 2 brackets, sort of curved lines there. And then this will come across the bottom to here and then around like so. We've got a spiral. It has a little tail that sticks off. Beak, just there. And then you'll have some studs, some sort of metal circles just here. Then his hair, spiking, kind of similar to Naruto, but not with the... Well, no, yeah, they're pretty similar actually, never mind. I was going to say not with the devil horns, but they are. He does have them as well. And he has some sort of energy headband things that go just off this way. It goes off my page up here as well. Like so. So his cloak is kind of different to Naruto's. It doesn't have as much black. Well, it does. Not a black shirt. So we see a little bit more hair here. And then his cloak comes around the collar of it here, down this way. Like this, and then the outside comes down here. This will go around his head, kind of start to spike with energy sort of here, and then down around to there. So the inside of this, let's see, he has a line that goes this way, and this is like a ninja collar in here, you know, that sort of green one that like Kakashi has and stuff. It's on the uniform they wear there, and then he has a neck line that way and a collar going this way. And then his stomach or chest area will go across here. And just kind of up this way. And then his leg or knee, right? So a bit of cloak going this way. This will go behind his arm, just up here. And then his leg or knee just goes down there. And then the inside of that, there. And then you can see some black line goes down this way. Black line here. His other leg goes off this way, black line on the edge. So he's got like 3, Naruto. Does Naruto only have 1? Could be shadow with a black line. I'm not too sure now. Yeah, I think there's actually just 1. So that's my mistake. That might not be that. I think that's just shadow. It might be shadow on Naruto as well. Anyway. I don't know. I don't think there's 3 on his leg anyway. My mistake. So, but on his chest we have some more symbols. You get raw stuff on this channel. You don't get like polished, finished videos. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just drawing. I'm just trying to have fun. That's all. Try to have fun. We make mistakes. That's okay. Bob Ross. Happy accidents, huh? And then his shoulder on this side. So it kind of goes that way. And like bumps off the page here. Does he have a sleeve or something that comes in? It's like a shoulder line here. And then a sleeve that like goes around that way. Like an armpit line here. And then his arm sort of comes out here. Another full line here. So we have a kind of a spiral on his chest. So it's like a circle that goes around here. Goes around a couple of times. And then on this side, so this one's quite big now, right? So it starts, it's got a square end and then it goes around the back of his shoulder. Go around that way. This is different now to Naruto. So let's say, so there's a fold line here, right? So we've got to do this slightly differently. So we'll just go like around here twice. And I'll just thicken it up. And then we'll do another line here. And then this goes around here, and then it goes around there. It's kind of like a spiral. So it means this goes this way. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Does that join that one? Yeah, it does. Interesting. Right, so that one goes up and joins that one. So that means this one's like double thick. That's not easy, actually. So pause it there, try and do that. And this is all black inside here as well, obviously. But I'll just do the lines as I see them. Right, and then we have another symbol up here. You can just see the side of it. There's kind of a circle in it there. And cloak going that way. Collar in there, yeah. Okay, so do his arm. So kind of his arm kind of bumping this way. Right, goes up towards the Rasengan and then goes around. His collar is, his like sleeve isn't the same as Naruto's. It's kind of shorter, like skinnier, kind of more standard sort of arm, not like that. You have sort of fold lines and things, and then his hand, what we can see of it, kind of similar to Naruto, but we'll go thumb, and hand disappears kind of back into here. That's like the thumb. And then what we can see of his fingers anyway, so just one. Might be able to see like the index back here, little finger here somewhere. If that's his index back there, you should see maybe the tip of it there coming out. So hands are always tricky, so take your time. And then what we can see of his ring finger kind of here, kind of like that. And then the rest of his cloak kind of goes out from behind here. And then in behind his head this way. So just add some fold lines just to make that look a bit fabric-y down there. And then, you know, if you want to add wind sort of coming out, spiraling sort of out from the Rasengan, you totally can. You know, sort of lines like energy lines, kind of like this. Just light ones. Going around sort of a circular sort of fashion. Like so. But that's it. That is how to draw father and son Rasengan. Hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.